Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is on how to make coconut pandan sponge cake cupcakes with a coconut cream filling. This cupcake texture is soft and spongy. It includes a delicious coconut whipped cream pudding filling and topped with pandan flavored whipped cream and some fresh fruits or wafers, or just anything you would like to add as a topping. This recipe calls for several steps to achieve this spongy soft texture, so be sure to watch this tutorial in full. These are all the ingredients you will need to make the cupcake batter. First, you're going to separate your 5 eggs. Make sure your eggs are at room temperature. Next, you're going to whisk the 5 egg whites at speed 4 or on medium until it is foamy. When the egg white starts to foam, you're going to add in half a cup of granulated sugar, but add a few tablespoons at a time, not all at once. And then once you're done pouring in all of the granulated sugar, you're going to change the speed to 8 or on high, and you're going to whisk this until a stiff peak forms. Once a stiff peak formed, you're going to remove and set this mixture aside for later use. This is how a stiff peak should look like. In a separate bowl, beat in 5 egg yolks on speed number 4, and then add in half a cup of granulated sugar and beat these together until a pale color forms. Add in 1/3 cup of coconut milk or coconut cream. And then you're going to turn the speed down to low or to stir. Add in 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Next, you want to add in your flavoring, a half teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, which is optional, and 1/2 teaspoon of pandan flavoring. I did not add these until later on in this video. Next, in a separate bowl, sift in 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and 1 cup of cake flour. Do not substitute all-purpose flour or you will not get and will not achieve the same texture of the cake as what is shown in my tutorial. Next, you're going to add this dry mixture to the egg yolk mixture, but make sure to sift it one more time into the wet mixture. And then you're going to mix these until combined. Make sure you scrape the bowl and fold in or chop in the middle of the mixture. Avoid continuous stirring of this mixture. Next, add in the egg white mixture, but add half using the same mixing technique as earlier by scraping the bowl and then chopping in the center of the mixture. You do not need to make sure that this is fully incorporated before adding the rest of the egg whites mixture. Now add in the rest of the egg white mixture and mix well until fully incorporated. If you did not add the pandan flavoring or the vanilla flavoring earlier, you can do that now. For anyone who is first time into making sponge cake cupcakes or any sponge cake, I recommend adding this earlier as when I first mentioned, because you don't want to overmix your batter. Preheat your oven to 335 degrees Fahrenheit. Line your baking tray with cupcake liners and pour in the mixture 3/4 full. Bake your cupcakes at 335 degrees Fahrenheit for 13 to 15 minutes. Time will vary depending on your oven temperature. I baked mine for 15 minutes. You'll also know if your cupcakes are ready if you poke a toothpick in the center of the cupcake and it comes out clean. While waiting for your cupcakes to bake, get all of your toppings ready, your whipped cream and your filling. I'm using these coconut wafer, kiwi, sweetened coconut flakes, and blueberries. I'm chilling my bowl in the freezer for about 2 to 3 minutes because I'm using this ready to whip non-dairy topping whipped cream, which I highly recommend for anyone who likes non-dairy whipped cream. I do personally like this, but the only problem with this whipped topping cream is that it's not available in most stores. So if you do have a Smart & Final, check out and see if they have this in stock. This is where I purchased mine. If you can find this, then you can use my whipped cream recipe in my vanilla sponge cake tutorial. I'll make sure to link that down below. For this ready to whip topping, it's really simple to use. All you do is pour in 2 cups of the whipped topping into the chill bowl and mix this on high speed until a stiff peak forms. Optional is to add in half a teaspoon of pandan flavoring and green food coloring if you would like. Otherwise, you can just keep it as is. These are all the ingredients you'll need to make for the coconut cream filling. Add in 1 cup of cold heavy whipping cream, 3/4 cup of coconut cream or coconut milk, 1 teaspoon of coconut flavoring, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and 1 whole packet of instant vanilla pudding. This is 3.4 ounce. Stir the ingredients together till incorporated, and then turn the speed on to 8 until a stiff peak forms. When your cupcakes are ready, remove from heat and let cool completely. For my recipe, you do not need to turn the cupcakes upside down as they do not deflate while cooling. For my cupcakes, I am only making half with filling and half without. For the one with filling, you'll need a cupcake core to remove the core of the cupcake, or you can just use a knife. Squeeze in the coconut cream filling. For the whipped cream, if you would like to add in pandan flavoring and green food coloring, you can do at this point, or you can just leave it as is. This is how I pipe and decorated my cupcakes. You can pipe and decorate to your liking. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this tutorial helpful.